CEO Live Talks.
I am Dr. Swanee Jett, and I have a passion for public health for over 30 years. Now, I'm in a position to affect change, and these are the critical conversations about health in our community with the people who can help me make those changes. Good afternoon. Welcome to CEO Live Talks. I'm your host, Dr. Swanee Jett. Today I have the privilege of bringing a good friend, Mr. Carlos Sanchez, to the scene. How you doing, sir?
Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you, sir, for coming.
Absolutely.
So, as we customarily do on the show, we bring guests on, talk a little bit about yourself and where you come from and your family dynamics.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me in your program and appreciate everything you do to highlight the positives of our community.
Thank you.
For me, I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm a first generation Hispanic American, immigrated from Colombia, South America,
Okay.
at the age of 16. And my parents were successful professionals in Colombia, architect, interior designer. But at late 70s, early 80s, there were some issues back there. And my grandmother was kidnapped. She was released later and she was fine. But there were other things, and
Hey,
my
you
parents.
can't slide past that, man.
Yes.
So, what part of Colombia did you
So
grow up
I'm
in?
from Bogota.
Okay.
And grew up there and had, of course, my childhood in Colombia. Wonderful
Okay.
opportunity, of course. And then migrated into South Florida, and I finished my high school in Miami
Okay.
and went to college there as well, Florida International University.
Right.
And my family, they reinvented themselves back in South Florida and ended up doing television production of all things, which is very interesting. And they ended up producing a travel program that aired in English and Spanish. In Spanish in the Telemundo network, English in the Travel channel.
So, you know a lot about TV.
A little bit. I know about TV when it was different because
Okay.
the cameras were this big,
Right.
and the tapes were this big and only 20 minutes
Right.
long. So the technology, of course, has changed, and we'll talk about telecommunications because it's the same for us at AT&T. The technology has changed and evolved, and it becomes so more friendly and useful for
Now, you-
for
You said
customers.
your parents reinvented themselves. So what did they do in Colombia?
In Colombia, my father was an architect
Okay.
and my mother interior designer, but they worked together and they build homes, office buildings,
Okay.
developments, that type of thing,
Okay.
and ended up then again changing sort of their scope and working in television production. And the reason why that happened is because in Miami at the time, the first television commercials were being produced for the Hispanic market. But all the television commercials typically were the English video with the Spanish track. So
Okay.
they only did the audio in the Spanish language. And my father realized and had, I guess, the vision, no, we need to produce commercials with video, everything from scratch with Hispanic characters and for that audience. And that's the first thing he started doing. And then later on, like I mentioned, moved on into doing this travel program.
Right.
So during my college years and my early years after graduating from college, that was my job, basically working with the television show, traveling around the world. I did that for about 10 years, and
Okay.
it was an incredible experience. We went to the most remote locations in the Amazon jungle, to the most sophisticated hotels in Paris or London, and everything in between, and just meeting people and just finding that everybody basically everywhere is the same. They have the same ideals.
Right.
We just have different cultures, and it
So
makes
did
it
you
great.
do the interviews or?
Oh no, no, no.
You
So
were behind the scene.
I was behind the cameras. I
Okay.
actually was camera operator and did post production as well. And my father was the host. My sister was the hostess. So
Okay.
and the show again was produced for about 10 years.
Okay.
Unfortunately, my parents passed away in an airplane accident. So it was very tragic for our family
Okay.
in 1992. It was a commercial
Airline.
airline, and it was again very difficult for us as a family. We kept producing the show without them
Right.
as hosts, so we had basically everything just with narration. But in the end, all the kids we sort of ended up going to different places and left that business. Only one of my brothers is still in the basically in film, so
Okay.
he stayed in that industry, and he's back in Miami and
So
works on that.
let's go back to your upbringing in Colombia. So you had how many brothers and sisters?
So we were six,
Okay.
so
That's a
basically
lot.
four more brothers and one sister.
Okay.
And that's a lot.
That's
But
a
it
lot.
makes it a lot of fun because there is always something happening,
Something happens, something
and
going on.
somebody is graduating, somebody's birthday, somebody
Right.
loses a tooth, somebody.
So you the middle child, you the
I
oldest or the
was
youngest?
number 5 out of 6, so there is
Okay.
only one more after me.
Okay.
Yes, and it was a great upbringing. Of course, I have many cousins, uncles, aunts, cousins, extended family in Colombia, and
Okay.
we go there. We go there with my wife and my kids.
Okay.
Actually, very soon to be grandparents.
Okay.
We'll talk about that
Congratulations.
in a moment, but our son, and his wife, our daughter-in-law, she's pregnant, due very soon in a couple of months. So we're very excited about that. But yeah, extended family. We go there. My kids, when they were growing up in Charlotte, North Carolina. They will bug me and say, hey, "We haven't been in Colombia 3 years. We want to go. We want to see our cousins or second cousins and all that." So we stay connected, and
So
it's a good thing.
at one point it was dangerous.
Yeah, Colombia went through a period of difficult times, definitely with the
Because I know you said your
drug
grandmother got
lords.
kidnapped. So
Yes, and that's yeah, it can get dangerous.
Okay.
And at that time, and later in the 90s, Colombia had some issues with drug trafficking and all of that, and it got dangerous. But all of that period already
Fades away.
went away. Colombia right now is a great destination. As a matter of fact, a lot of people,
Yeah.
even Americans, are relocating and moving to Colombia. So it's a great destination.
So, well, you already know I'm going to your hometown, but
Yes.
also I'm going to Caribbean,
Yes, you're going to Cartagena, Bogota,
Cartagena,
and Medellin.
Bogota, Medellin.
Yes.
But I'm trying to think. I got a friend that's from Colombia, but I can't remember where he said he lived. But he's going this month, so I need to call him and venture
Wonderful.
out.
Well,
So, is there any particular place I need to go to,
well, if you're
or
going
just
to,
venture? Because I'm not a tourist, so I'm just going
you
to
like
do.
to just
I like to do what everybody else do.
discover
Right.
things, go out, and
Right.
well, that's the best thing. So go to Cartagena and ask them, I want to go eat seafood, right?
Of
Fish
course, of course.
with the locals eat,
Okay.
you know?
Oh, that's what I'm going to do.
And you can actually rent a little boat
Mm-hmm.
and then tell them to take you to Baru, the
Okay.
Baru Island.
Badu Island.
And then what you do there is the little boys are there, and you say, "Oh, can you get me some lobster?" And they go swim,
And get you a lobster.
and they bring it out,
Wow.
and then they cook it right there in front of you.
Wow.
That is how fresh you can.
Wow.
And then the price, you're gonna laugh because it's like next to nothing. I mean, it's
Right.
very inexpensive. So
That's what I heard.
yeah,
I
so it's
can't
gonna
wait.
be a treat, and I look forward to hearing all the stories when you come back.
Okay, so is it any particular place I should go besides Bordeaux?
In Cartagena, of course, the
I know the beaches because
yes, the old city is wonderful. I mean, the
Okay.
old city, the walled city in what is called, I guess, Centro downtown Cartagena is the old Spanish homes, the churches, cobblestone streets, those balconies that almost touch each other, colorful homes. Is beautiful. It's very, very pretty.
I can't
Wonderful
wait.
restaurants, great music. I hope you like some of the Latino
Oh, of course.
music.
Well, you know,
They have live bands, and it's a great opportunity to just see the culture and basically experience everything.
I'm gonna go smoke cigars. Tune in to CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swanee Jett every Saturday at noon on Wave 3. In this thought-provoking series, we bring you conversations with influential leaders, visionaries, and changemakers who are making a difference in their communities and beyond. From healthcare innovation and public health initiatives to community building, each episode offers a unique perspective on the challenges and opportunities we face in today's dynamic landscape. Join us as we explore the stories and insights of these inspiring individuals and gain valuable knowledge that can drive positive change in your own life and community. Don't miss an episode. Mark your calendar for Saturdays at noon on Wave 3 to watch CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swanee Jett. Together, we can shape a brighter, healthier future for all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Park Duval. My name is Desmond Pritchard. I'm your Chief HR Officer here at Park Duval. I'm located normally 9 times out of 10 at the Wilson location. I'm beyond honored to support our community, to work with our community. There's a lot ahead of us. We have a lot we're ready to do, we're willing to do, and we can't wait to have you on board, to have you doing it with us.
At Park Duval Community Health Centers, we go beyond medicine, breaking barriers to care across Louisville, Taylorsville, and Eminence, Kentucky. From primary care and dental to behavioral health and pharmacy support, we serve thousands, many facing financial hardship. With 7 locations and a bilingual staff, we welcome everyone because PDCHC, your health is our mission. We are Park Duval for everybody, everywhere.
So you graduate from college.
Yes.
And you still like TV, but you didn't decide to go into that field.
Right. And as a matter of fact, I always had that, when you do television, it's like ingrained in your veins.
Yes, ingrained in your veins.
It's something that you like doing. And once later in Charlotte, North Carolina, I had a show with someone else. There were 2 of us, like in a community affairs show in Spanish language in Charlotte in the local PBS station. And we enjoyed it doing that as well. So it's something that I enjoy, but no, I mean, of course, my world is telecommunications, and I enjoy it tremendously.
So that's why I was wondering, how did you branch from TV? I mean, they're similar to telecommunications. I mean, it's in the communications field, but...
Right. Well, that's very interesting. So I moved to New York City after my parents' accident, and with a friend of mine, we opened a cable television station in the New York City area, broadcasting the news from Latin America, South America specifically, for that community in New York. And we did that for about 3 years. It was very interesting. It was something like a CNN backwards, basically, which back then was very innovative.
So how did you get the information from other countries to bring it into New York?
Yeah, you have to negotiate rights. So basically go and talk to different countries and say, we would like to downlink your news. Back then, you had a big satellite Earth stations, 10 meters, like 30 feet in the diameter to basically beam the Intelsat satellites. So you negotiated right. Some countries actually said, no, okay, here you go, just downlink. We love for our community to see our news. Some other ones will say, no, we want $1,000 a show. It just depends. It was different everywhere. But so we did that. I did that for about 3 years, and you know what happens in New York City. If you're there in New York for more than 3 years, you stay there for life because New York is like addictive.
It's addictive, like Chicago.
Like Chicago,
It's
it's
addictive.
fast paced
Right.
but an opportunity opened up back in Colombia, and with the same friend of mine, we opened a telecommunications integrator in Colombia, a company that basically sold those antenna dishes for radio stations, TV stations, and that was the first time I ran into AT&T. AT&T was very interested in expanding their business into South America, and we ended up representing AT&T. But the funny thing here, you will appreciate this. So my middle school sweetheart, she had moved and her family had moved to Florida. So we re-met again and things were getting serious and all that. I proposed.
Middle school.
Middle school sweetheart. So basically I met her in Colombia.
I can't even think of a middle school.
Very, very young. And
She
I mean,
must have been
she
stunning.
was my best friend's sister. So basically.
So, okay, but she must have been stunning because you remember her from middle
Yeah,
school.
oh, yes, absolutely. We've been married
You better
for
not say no.
29 years, 30 years next year.
Okay.
So that's amazing. But she was back in Florida, and she said, "Well, I proposed," and she said, "Yes, but one condition: I'm not going to Colombia. You need to come back."
Oh, wow.
So you know what you say? Of
You
course.
said, of course, I'm coming back.
So sold my business to my associate there and moved to South Florida.
Okay.
And at the time, we had our first boy, two boys actually were born in Miami, and we wanted to move to a place more traditional American type city.
Yeah.
And we did some research. We were looking at Colorado Springs and ended up in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is a great
You've been
place.
cold in Colorado Springs.
Yes. And we moved there, and soon enough, I worked for a couple of companies and ended up actually finding an opportunity with Bell South back then
which was big.
in 2002. So it's going to be 23 years with Bell South, which became, of course, AT&T. I did sales for a while with Bell South AT&T. And it was a great thing. And
So how did you get into sales? I mean, you done went from TV, telecommunications, sales.
I guess sales is more because of my personality. It's
Okay.
like my wife says, you can talk to a tree.
That's funny.
But basically, it's I enjoyed it very much. Basically, it's being able to find solutions for customers who they have issues, or they want to expand, or they want to do something, and you are able to find the right solution for them. So I enjoyed it. I did well, but soon after I joined Bell South, an opportunity opened up in the External Affairs organization, which is like the community affairs,
That's all the community
public
engagement,
relations,
yeah.
community engagement. And I really liked that because I said, oh, this is perfect. This is basically sort of my degree was in international relations. So it's
So it
sort of
fit.
that and still involved with the community. So I transitioned there, and it was the best move because I basically had responsibility for the Charlotte region for community relations, government affairs, media for the company. And
Did you do any? Because I know with a lot of external affairs, you have to do a little lobbying.
Yes, absolutely.
go to
That is
DC for
important
different things,
because we work with local governments, we work with state governments to make sure that we are able to deploy our technologies. So sometimes we have to talk about permitting, rules, fees, all of that, and we want to make sure that the conditions are there that makes it inviting and, of course, successful for companies to invest in our communities. So we work with some of our local elected officials and make sure that they appreciate what companies like AT&T bring to the table.
Right. And so at some point, you woke up and you said, I want to be president at AT&T.
That's, yes, I actually didn't wake up. Someone else woke up and called me.
Hey, that's good. That's even better.
After being in North Carolina for 23 2 years, called me and they mentioned this opportunity in Kentucky. I had never been to Kentucky
Oh, wow.
before.
So you got a treat when you came.
And as a matter of fact, my wife and I had discussed this because our kids are already grown. They were in college. One of them was, I guess, finishing college. And my wife said, once they're in college, I mean, if there is a good opportunity, we're really mobile. So let's entertain something if it comes to you.
I like her.
And so they called, and I went. Let me talk to my wife. It was like a Thursday. I'll
She
get
had
back
already
with you
left.
Monday.
She was already in Kentucky.
She was already packed.
She was already in Kentucky.
She was already in Kentucky. And they actually, they said, would you like to check it out? No, that's fine. When do I start? Okay, April 1st of 2022.
Wow.
And my very first day in Kentucky was my first day on the job, or I guess the day before, because I arrived on Sunday and I started Monday.
Wow.
So I just arrived Muhammad Ali Airport, just rented a car. I was driving around, went to the Ohio River and all of that, downtown Louisville. And the next day, I had a breakfast at the Sealback Hotel with my team, and went to the office and started in Kentucky. And it's the best decision we ever made.
What you show up in is not what matters, it's how you show up.
Right.
So if you can articulate from your heart, they'll forget what you got on.
Because a lot of people want to Google medicine now.
Yes.
And it's very difficult.
It is. Would you Google if you had some sort of ailment that you were curious about?
I'm an epidemiologist by training.
Okay,
so.
fair. So you know.
Folks, what are your credentials? And sometimes you have to pull them out and say, okay, here's this degree, here's that degree. Like, oh, okay, maybe we should listen to you.
We're going to build a $40 million facility that allows parents to sleep better at night.
You know, I was watching this thing on PTSD, and they were talking about people in war, and they were like, you know, human beings are not wired to perennially be on alert, you know, in a state of alert.
Right,
and that's what happens when you were at war.
Yeah, your cortisol level continues to go up, the adrenaline gland.
And that's what's happening to Black people.
Tune in to CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swanee Jett every Saturday at noon on Wave 3. In this thought-provoking series, we bring you conversations with influential leaders, visionaries, and changemakers who are making a difference in their communities and beyond. Don't miss an episode. Mark your calendar for Saturdays at noon on Wave 3 to watch CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swanee Jett. Together, we can shape a brighter, healthier future for all.
At Park Duval Community Health Centers, we believe healthcare is for everybody, everywhere. Our 7 locations across Kentucky provide affordable, high-quality care no matter your income. We are Park Duval.
So you started day one, right? So before you took the job, I know you did some soul searching, some strategic planning, and you had a vision. What was that vision?
So my vision has been to make sure that AT&T is the premier telecommunications provider in Kentucky, and that we're able to bring the best technology to our customers, that we have an engaged and productive team, and that AT&T has the best reputation around, that we're involved with the community, that we support organizations in economic development, nonprofit, to make sure that the community grows and develops and is successful. Because basically, as a company, you're only successful as the community is successful. And that has been wonderful. I mean, we've been very successful. We've been, of course, deploying fiber optic communications.
You've been deploying a lot of fiber.
A lot of fiber. Basically, Jefferson County is pretty much done already. We're passing 440,000 customer locations in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's
so
a lot.
that is a lot of homes that we pass with fiber. So all of those homes have opportunity to subscribe to AT&T.
Now explain the difference between fiber and the improvement of telecommunications.
So fiber is an incredible technology because it's basically glass and it's light traveling on glass. So theoretically, the bandwidth that can be supported is unlimited because it's basically light.
Right.
It's only limited by the equipment that you put in the ends of the line. So fiber optic is a wonderful technology, the best technology. It's expensive to deploy, and we for us it's more expensive to deploy fiber than for other of our competitors per household. However, in the long run, it's a more successful technology because it's going to support the higher speeds. So right now, with fiber, we support up to 5 gigs, 5 gigabits per second, symmetrical, up and down in your home. Actually, I have 10 gigs right now in my own home here, and that is something that we're going to launch commercially very soon. So basically, it's very high speeds. You don't really need 10 or 5 gigs really in a house unless you're like a gamer that is there, 4 gamers. I mean, 2 gigs is sufficient. 1 gig, it depends your situation for the family. Well, you have a lot of kids, a lot of people working from home or whatever. But we offer all different speeds, and it is very, very reliable. It is the most reliable technology. Basically, never fails. Once it's in the ground, it's there forever.
So I've always been curious. So what if I have 1 gig to 5 gigs? I'm assuming it depends on how many people streaming in the household. Like, I'm tired of everybody. They're on their cell phone. They're using the internet. They're streaming. They got games. How do you determine when I need to move up in gigs?
And basically nowadays you have so many connected devices, right? I just bought a refrigerator the other day. Our refrigerator broke. Went and bought a refrigerator, and now the refrigerator is connected to my phone. Wi-Fi. The alarm system, the irrigation system.
Does it have a
TV,
camera on
everything
your
else.
refrigerator?
No.
So I want to know when somebody's going in the refrigerator to get some food.
Oh, I can put one in there. Yes. And maybe an alarm. Beep, beep.
Right, something.
Don't eat my ice cream.
Yeah, I got my 5-year-old. She's always sneaking popsicles at the refrigerator. I need to catch her.
Right. But I guess it's more on how many people are actively using bandwidth in the household. So, I mean, someone who is on their own, 1 gig should be more than plenty. But and even 500 megs, it just depends. But some households, you have both parents working from home and 3 teenagers, so that gets a lot, and there are a lot of movies and all of that. So it depends.